Okay, hi everyone. So I'm going to be uploading my first video today on Friday, and then I'm going to start uploading on a regular schedule on Wednesdays. So my first video is going to be 10 writing tips for aspiring authors that are just starting out. Tips that I could have used and that I've learned along the way that I think will really benefit you so you can be a little bit ahead of the game of some people on things that they wouldn't know about. So the first tip I want to talk about is a lot of people say whenever they start out, or even still as they're writing for years and years, that they have trouble writing dialogue. I've never really had trouble writing dialogue because I use this tip. Whenever I'm writing dialogue, I read it out loud after, and if it sounds like something I would say, then I know it's realistic dialogue and it's something I can use. A lot of people worry that their dialogue isn't realistic, but if you use this tip, then you'll be able to check your dialogue and it will be much easier and you'll have a lot more confidence in your dialogue. My second tip is one you've probably heard even if you're just starting out writing. If you have writer's block, just get words on the page because that'll help you break through your writer's block. And they may not be good words, but that's what editing's for. You can go back and you can edit out. But once you get words on the page and you start flowing, then you can get what you want and you'll be able to get back into your writing mojo a lot quicker. So that's a tip I found to be very helpful for me, but you've probably already heard that one. Another tip, the third tip, is to write about stuff that interests you. Because if you're not writing about what interests you, it will show to the reader, and they'll see that you're not interested, so the reader won't be interested. And if neither of you are interested, then the story isn't going to be enjoyable for anyone, and you'll have wasted your time. So make sure you write on something that interests you and that you enjoy doing, so writing will also seem fun, because writing should be something that is fun for you and you enjoy, and that's why you do it. My fourth tip is one that applies during things like NaNoWriMo that are going on right now is don't try to do everything in the first draft because the first draft you're just trying to get words on the page. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be amazing. Sometimes it might not even be good, but that's what editing and second drafts and everything are for. You pick out what's wrong with the story and you leave in what's good, and you'll really see that your story improves once you edit. My fifth tip is not to get discouraged whenever you're working on your writing because that's a lot of reason that people don't get done with their stories and they don't finish it because they just feel like what they're writing isn't good. So they'll either leave it or they'll just stop writing in general. And whenever I started out, that was one of my big struggles was that whenever I was writing, I just felt like my writing wasn't good enough and I just leave it and go on to another story and I never really get anything done. So just remember that your writing probably isn't as bad as you think. You are your own worst enemy and you judge yourself a lot more than other people. So just get feedback from other people and then you can improve your story and it'll be a lot better and you'll feel much more secure about your story. Also remember that it's okay to take breaks. You don't have to pump out 50,000 words in one day. You can take breaks and you can do other things that you enjoy. You don't have to dedicate all your time to writing. And if you just don't feel like writing for a day or so, then you don't have to. You don't have to dedicate every day you have to writing. It helps to write every day, but you can take days off. You don't have to write every single day. My next tip is to have good lessons, positive lessons, lessons that will teach people and will make them want to be a better person. Because stories are for enjoyment, but you also want to try to be a better person too. So that's a bonus if you can add a good moral lesson into the story. Also remember not to get discouraged because like I said, you're going to get discouraged sometimes, but you're your own worst judge. You are the toughest on yourself. You are tougher on yourself than anyone else. Remember that inspiration strikes when you really need it. That moment when you just feel like you can't get anything out and then you're just flying through the keyboards, typing as fast as you can. You just have the greatest idea you felt like you've ever had. And you just need to keep pushing and writing to get to that. My final tip is just to write because you love to write. Because if you're writing because you love to write, people will be able to sense that in your story and it'll make it a lot more enjoyable for them. And a lot more enjoyable for you too, because you shouldn't be spending your time writing if you don't really enjoy it. You shouldn't be doing it for money or for attention or for anything like that. You should be doing writing because it feels like what you're supposed to be doing. Because if you aren't really enjoying it, then nobody's going to enjoy it and it's just going to be a waste of time. So you just need to really look inside yourself and ask yourself, do I want to write? Because if you don't, you'll get really angry later on down the road when you realize you've wasted a month, 2 months, maybe a year, and you could have been doing something that you really love doing. So just make sure you think about that too. Okay guys, that's my video for this week, and I'll upload my next video on Wednesday, so tell me in the comments what you want to see, and if you don't give me anything, then I'll come up with something, and I'll try and update you on social media if you want, so you'll know what I'm going to be posting. I'll put my links in the description below so you can find my Instagram, my Twitter, and all that, because I'd really like to interact with you guys on there too, so I can find out what you guys like seeing from me content-wise, so I can find out what you guys want me to make. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday next week, and I hope you have a great week, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it.